Aptos. What is going on with this Aptos? So, our Discord ate today from the Aptos Monkeys whitelist we had. It was about 15 sold at the average. 15 of them got it. And I would say it was probably ranged around $7,000 in all the profits that were made from this whitelist. So, congrats to everybody. Discord down below if you want to join in. And the hype is still in the run for Aptos, which we'll talk about soon with some Solana news as well. So GM family, going live with your host, Phil X Contreras, where we talk about Solana, a little bit of Aptos NFTs, upcoming stuff, the drama, the love, and the value vibes. As always, this isn't financial advice, just a guy on YouTube talking about cartoon JPEGs and his opinion on them. So the first thing we really want to talk about, well, let's start off with Launch My NFT. Just some things just came out, some news. And first, let me explain what this platform is. All right, so Launch My NFT is basically a platform where anyone can create an NFT in Solana. It's the largest web-based platform generator of NFT projects that can be made. It is the most degen NFT launching around the world here. Basically, everything that you see here is like the ghetto, the crappiest of the crappiest NFTs on here. There's like Simba and his pal going to that dark land in that movie The Lion King when his father Mustafa told him not to, and then they still decide to go. And basically, this is basically what that is. There's the dark hyena land. No one dares to come here, but they have announced that they are now adding Aptos NFTs, which is crazy. It's a huge move. It's basically scaling for them, growing their business. Aptos NFTs have been on a rocket right now. This past week with Aptomingos and Apto Monkeys, ripping it up to like 10x and above. Even with Apto Monkeys, they reached around 15 to 18 sold. So a lot of crazy stuff happening. And Launch My NFT is taking this opportunity here with this new blockchain. So you can now make your NFT in either Sol or Aptos. And overall, I think it's a pretty cool idea on what's going on. And the next thing that we want to talk about is Reddit. All right, so what just happened with Reddit? Well, Reddit just did something crazy, which I will show you right now. They basically launched an NFT collection. Let's just say that. And just to throw some quick facts on what happened, Reddit started selling NFTs as an avatar in July. They basically tried as humanly possible to not call them NFTs, which was genius because if they were, a storm would have insinuated around it. Revolts, revolutions, people leaving the platform. So they were basically called collectibles. And collectibles are basically their avatars. You know, it would seem as kind of dumb for people with if they saw it as NFTs, they'll be like, what the hell is this? Like, I don't want to buy this. I don't want to play on this. But because it was a collectible, basically Reddit users began using them as avatars for their profile. And then the actual payment collection sold out, which was surprising to many. So it's gone massively popular to where they are selling for mad money right now, thousands and thousands of dollars. So it's bullish for NFTs in general because it's mass adoption. Hundreds of millions of users are on there. And on top of that, a company like Reddit can now see the potential high gross margins for NFTs. Because now they can say, okay, we don't have to put this much expense on it. We can actually make revenue and profit on the bottom line for this type of stuff. So overall, great news on that. On other news, we have Metaplex that's still creating a platform for people. And right now they just announced that they are building a no-code platform for people on Solana. So people on Solana are able to now basically build NFTs without having developers around them. That is some great news overall because developers cost money. And with developers costing money, people can't potentially do things around their projects. So if you can see right here, they are basically building some great stuff, basically saying that you can now create an NFT without actually developing royalties, developing things like that. You could just put a trait and a trait within this platform, put it together, put a royalty percentage, let's say 5%, and boom, done, you're done. However, someone could prefer that someone could basically prefer that they would rather have developers help them build this NFT project because what developers do is they can bring value to your NFT collection. If you just create a no-code platform, you can't really do anything with the art. It's just a sitting duck. Okay, so overall, great news from Metaplex, and hopefully they solved the royalty issue. Now, in other news, we have Blocksmith Labs, which has been on a tear right now. Basically, they are bringing back something which is the Solana vibes. So what are they doing right now? Basically, they are building something else for Aptos. They are letting Aptos projects come on board and get on their whitelist platform, which has been great. And they are also now building this thing called Chapter 1 Humble Builders, which is interesting. And you can see, which I will show later, their price has been moving upwards. So these guys are still building and building. They're capitalizing on Aptos, and they're scaling on Aptos. They're scaling on Ethereum. They are multi-chain, and a lot of things are going great for these guys. So overall, some good stuff for them as well. Now, let's get on to the good stuff, the stuff that everyone's been waiting for, the upcoming Aptos NFTs. All right, so let's see what's next on the list for Aptos NFTs. All right, so the first one that I would like to talk about is this thing called Aptos Nash. All right, so Aptos Nash basically is a project that is coming out soon, and they are building a launchpad and a card game. They are also building a token called Nash, and they have a following of 4,700. The art is okay, I would say. It's right here. You got a little star right here. You got some backgrounds. The background is not that clean. Just by looking at this, I mean, honestly, I don't see much uniqueness around this. I feel like I've seen this before. But overall, the launchpad idea is cool, but the card game and the token, honestly, it kind of throws me off because tokens always perform bad during mints or after mints because you can't concentrate on the actual project. You're concentrating on the token, which takes time, which takes developers to build it up. It's just a whole nother chaos on top of your project. So even though people are talking about this project, I am still kind of careful with it. I'm not really sold on it. It's kind of dangerous for me, but is it flippable? I don't know. I mean, it's still kind of risky. There is a small little mutual following here with some people following it, and we're just keeping a close eye on it as well. So we'll see how this gets before the mint. So on to the next project. All right, so the next project is called Aptos Boyz. Supply mint date is all TBD. Their Twitter following is at 4K right now, and currently there is no mutual following except for my boy Ricky, who is checking out this project. So there's barely any vibes here. They are centered around community. That's their main goal, and they want to build it that way. So as far as the art, I do enjoy the art. It's actually not bad. So this is basically the art right here. It's a little grain from what I'm feeling, a little unique, but maybe a little bit dull at the same time. And I don't really feel like I could play this as a PFP, but it could be because it's kind of clean. It is a little bit unique, but overall I don't see also much going on here. But again, the sentiment, we still have to wait to see if this grows into a hype mint, which I don't know, but I do want to share this just in case people are looking at this and want to keep looking at this and see how this plays out later on. All right, so the next one is called Aptos Shroomies. All right, so this project supply is 3,333, and the price is at one Aptos, which I mean, it's pretty cheap. It's not bad. It's like what, like $7 right now, $8, and they are building what some would call a shroomverse, building a community around with artists, with basically developers. And the crazy thing is that the Jane tends to really do good in Solana, so that is why I kind of just got interested in this project. I don't know why, because somehow in Solana these things do well, but will it succeed on Aptos? Possibly, possibly not. Right now it's looking like it's still building up because it just came out. So I'm curious on this as well and see how this plays out before the mint. Will it actually grow? Are there people on Aptos that like the stuff? But we'll see. This is a case study overall, and we'll see how this plays out as well. The PFP here is just a shroom, so there's not really much going on here. But we'll see how they play out. Again, we'll see what the Jane does. Okay, so the next project we have right now, and this one is actually, we finally got something I actually enjoy, or I think I will enjoy, and it's called Nevermores. Now, Nevermores mint day supply is all TBD. The Twitter following right now is at 9.3K. They have a mutual following of 23, which is actually vibing. It's actually, you can see right here, if we'll just show you all of them right here. We got Riku, we got Nico, we got Ryan, Janik Curry. He's a big player on Solana. Soul Playboy as well. Jay Pegler. You got Soul Leader. You got Buddy. Jarpix also is a big guy in Solana. You got Madame, also a big lady on Solana. Saul Goodman, Cozy, King Fud. Not King Fud. King X Ragnar, Rain, Armor. So you got a whole bunch of people actually following this project. So now this got my curiosity on what's going on here. So it's vibing. I mean, there is a plus sign right there. Their art is also pretty nice, to say the least. It's I would say it's more like it reminds me a little bit of Yukio work, I would say. So here's the art with overall with all these guys. It's not bad. I mean, some could say it's not really Yukio, but I still get a little feeling of it. Art is perception on people. So it's a bird project. What they are doing is they're centering around professional animation studio, and they are also having a minting mechanic that over 60% of the projects have actually used on the Aptos mainnet. So that is the big key right there, is that actually there's something that's actually being used, a product being used, and people are using it on Aptos. So I actually enjoy that, is that this project has actual utility already being used on Aptos. So now I can see why people are following this project, plus the art. The art is actually not bad. You can see right here, these people are really building some type of brand around this project. So really curious on this. This is definitely something that could actually go above the mint price once we find out what the mint price is. Hopefully the mint price is lower, maybe than 3 Aptos, 4 Aptos, but we'll see how it plays out. All right, so the next project is called Moon Otters. Moon Otters mint day supply is all TBD. They have a Twitter following of 3.2 thousand right now. Mutual following is at 9, and the art is not bad either. It's pixelated. That's where the meta is right now with Aptos. It's it's the new blockchain that's coming out, and everyone wants to be the next punk, the next SMB. So some could say it's a fad, it's a meta, but you got to keep in mind that is kind of true, because that's what happened in Solana, and only probably one project with a PFP pixelated stuff would survive in this environment. But overall, the art here looks great. I enjoy it. It's unique. It's cute. Look at that little thing right there. Very cute, charming. Oh, I don't know what just happened there. His brains just came out. Never mind. But overall, I do enjoy it. The vibes is in medium level, and it could be also a dangerous play, but if someone holds this, because again, a lot of these projects you don't really want to hold. It's for profit, because if you see the Solana charts back in the day when it first started, a lot of the same projects are not there anymore, except for like SMB. A lot of the projects are gone. They're done. Just like Thugbirds, they were also pixelated. They grew big and then they just died down. So that's the important stuff right there, is that you just want to, I would say, just taking profits is always great, especially in this kind of environment, in this new environment. Anyways, all right, so the next project is called Hood Hedge, and then we're going to keep close eye on the Moon Otters as well as time goes on. All right, so Hood Hedge right now is, everything is TBD. Twitter following is at 13,000 right now. Mutual following is at 4, which is low. All right, mutual following is at 4, but here is the interesting part which caught my eye, because even though it says 4, I always check on who's following it. So Hood Hedge, guess who's following this? Yo boy Shillin Bennett. What? I don't know why he's following this. It's interesting. This guy, this guy's never following any. So this is why it caught my eye. Like, what's going on here? You got Sol Goodman following it. You got Soul Billionaire following it. You got Jay Pegler. They're all pretty decent people following this project, and no one else. So this is the most oddball following I've ever seen, and it's got my curiosity on what's going on. Supposedly these guys are big traders from what I've heard, and they're building it around a community. So just a little curiosity on what's going on. After that, I don't know what else is, what's happening with this project, but I am gonna keep looking at it and do. Oh, here we go. Another Aptos project. Your needs to watch the Hood Hedge. Aptos Spaces said this. So yeah, just curious. Not much here. Not much going on, but definitely on the watch list right now on where the hype is gonna go with this. All right, so this next one is also interesting. It's called Wooofs, and everything right now is TBD. Twitter following is at 2.3 thousand. They have a mutual following of 7. So the quality of the following is also curious because the Twitter following is low, but the mutual following is kind of up there. So like the ratio is kind of different. So that's why I am looking at this one as well. Here is the mutual following. You got the NFT boy following this. You got Jay Pegler. You got the Money Man. Shout out to him with his YouTube. You got the Crypto Wasta. You got X0. You got It's Ragnar as well following this, and Soul Hub. All right, so there are some big players following this project. And look at the art right here. It's also interesting. I don't actually, this is not my type of art, I would say, but people do like it. People think it's great. So art is perception on what you think. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comments below. But here's the main key about this project on why I am following it. And this is quite interesting because the art's not that great in my view. But here's the thing. These guys are developers. They're developers building on Aptos. They have worked on Web 2 companies, and not just any companies, but FANG companies. What is FANG companies? FANG companies are companies from Facebook, A, Amazon, A, Apple, and Netflix, and G, Google. So these guys have worked in these big companies in Web 2. So now, what are they doing in Aptos? Well, supposedly they're going to be building a UI UX type of tool, some building utility around there. They're also going to build regular type of tools for the Aptos blockchain. And there's about 5 developers working on it. And they said what they're doing is very serious. So we'll see what they're building and what they're going to come out with. And this could be something that maybe I might mint. But again, the art is not my favorite, but art can always be upgraded. Just look at Blocksmith Labs, just look at the gods, see what they did. They definitely changed their art. And the gods went from like 40, 50 soul, boom, all the way up to 600 soul. Well, and of course, of other utility involved in it as well, but it is definitely something interesting to look at. I am definitely looking at this one closely, and I want to know who is behind this project as far as the developers and what they're actually building. So this could be flippable as well, in my opinion, if this thing keeps growing. So something to watch out for as well as we get closer to mint day. All right, so the next one is called Aptos Elements, and this project basically right now has a supply of 7,777. Everything else is also TBD right here. Twitter following is at 28K. Mutual following here is at 7. And here is also something interesting. So I do think that the following here with Twitter, it is botted because it's the mutual following is around 5 to 7 with a 28,000 following. I don't believe it. I definitely don't believe that. But here's the interesting thing. DJ News is following this. Why are they following this? What's going on here? And obviously you got everyone else. You got Zircon, X0, King, and Amar, Zach, and Diego. But yeah, DJ News. Why are they following this project? Got my curiosity right there. Okay, so what are they doing? They're basically building a CCO around Aptos chain. So that is actually pretty crazy. They're trying to push the boundaries of NFTs on this blockchain, which is all interesting to me. That is all we know so far from this project. And as far as the art, It's not bad. I actually do dig it. It's a little bit different. It's unique. Look at that. It's pretty cool. It's got some rainbow going on from his head to his mouth coming out. And it's got this weird outside background around this PFP. So it could be PFPable in a unique way. So it's unique. It's charming. I would say it's charming as well. And it's different. Is it sub-DAO friendly? I don't know yet. But overall, I do enjoy this art style. I think it's pretty cool. Look at this one right here, front facing. Definitely different from every other Aptos NFT so far. We got this guy right here. Oh, dude, I don't know. I do like this art. It's actually really cool. It's different for sure. And laser eyes pointing directly to the person. I haven't actually seen that before. So overall, I am liking this project. It's definitely different from everything else. And bringing the CCO thing is also interesting. So we'll find out more information on that, on how they're doing this and why they are doing this. All right, so this next project we have talked about before, just like Aptos Monkeys. We talked about Aptos Monkeys. They bloomed. They went crazy. A lot of money made there. I think, and this is why I saved this project last, because this project is it, in my opinion. This is the next thing after Aptos Monkeys. I have not seen anything else like Aptos Monkeys or Bears yet. But once I do, you'll probably feel it from me. The next thing I do think that's going to be big is Bears. This is a big project. It's a 10,000 collection. A lot of people are following this. 65,000 followers, 49 mutual following. You don't even see this on Solana as well. And the people following this are all some big players. You got Pablo from Cats on Crack, dude. You got Galfic Degens. You got Solana Sweeper. You got Jakey. You got Thor Capital. You got Subber, which is a big project on Solana. They basically control the giveaways. They help projects do all these giveaways. Very easy to use. I'm guessing they probably might go to Aptos if they're following this and they're following Aptos projects. They might expand. You got Magic DAO following this. You got General Soul following this. This guy is, he's some big alpha as well. You got Nico, you got Curry, and then you got the regulars. You got Craze following this. A lot of people, a lot of big players following this project, as you can see from this list. So definitely this project is vibing. It's and the art, oh my god, I enjoyed the art. Pixelated, fun, charming, everything on there, everything you can dream of as far as a mint project. So this is definitely going to be a huge minting project. Will it reach the levels of Aptos Monkeys? I don't know. I mean, if someone were to bet with me on this, it'll be tough because there's 10,000 of them. But I do think it could. I do think it could reach the levels. It'll probably reach the same. I don't think it'll go above. Let me know what you think. You think Bears will be higher than Aptos Monkeys? And dude, check out the Discord here. This is literally how the Discord actually goes in Bears. When I go, and that's why I'm not going on. When I go on it, my Discord literally like slows down to where I can't even use it because this is all you see. And it's like the only thing you can type in the Discord. It's like you can't type anything else or it gets deleted. But it is so awesome. I enjoy it. I can't wait for this mint date. And yeah, that is basically everything as far as Aptos NFT. So now let's look at what's going on as far as the Aptos upcoming projects. Here we have let's see, right here we have can you see it? Yes, you can see it. All right, so we got Bears here. We got Spooks also coming up. It's vibing, it's hyping, it's growing a little bit bigger. And not just that, Spooks has this right here that you're looking at is what Spooks is developing. Spooks is developing an analytics type of tool, not just here, but other things as well. So I am already using it, which is cool. And they're the second biggest project coming out in Aptos. It's it's hype, but not that hype. So maybe Bears might be the last thing. Aptonians is something that I'm also interested in on. Seeing how Bears is doing, maybe they'll follow up, but we don't know yet. Everything else is kind of meh. Nevermores is, we just talked about this one. Wreck Dogs, I'm not really into that one. And that is basically it. So could Bears be the last thing, or could spooks be the last thing on Aptos to really hype everything up. Could possibly be we could see some things going down afterwards. So I have not personally seen any hype projects after Bears. So that's why I like looking at this, because this will signify to us if things are gonna crash afterwards. If once mint is done with the hype project, everything could crash down in Aptos. So overall, right now, Bears is the only thing, and that is all we have. All right, so we're going to keep on looking at this. All right, so let's go into Solana and what's going on in Solana. Solana right now, volume 24 is at 77,000. Oh my God, that is, dude, what's going on? And Magic Eden is at 90%, which is still high. HateSwap is back at 6% right now. Hyperspace is less than 1, and YA is still less than 1. That is what's happening in Solana. There's not much going on. Volume is low. And here is the other thing about Solana, which, you know, I'm still checking out, is the daily NFT mints. We are down again at 34,000 NFTs being minted daily. You know, so we are slowing down, and that is, you know, that is something that I haven't seen in a long time, and I am waiting on what's happening with royalties because of it. Now, Meta Tattoo, we talked about this. It has grown after mint, which is surprising. We've seen it go all the way up to 4.85 SOL. So I was actually not really bullish on Meta Tattoo Club, but I still presented it because I was probably missing something, and clearly I was missing something. So that's why I do show Aptos NFTs that could possibly do something, even though I'm not bullish on it. And that's why it's up to the person to review it to themselves and see if they do like it, because obviously some things like this, I could be wrong as well. All right, so overall, that is the market and what's going on with Solana. And let's look at the secondary, because this is my favorite part of Solana, is the secondary. And I want to make this a little bit shorter so you can see what's going on right here. And actually, let's see if we can bring it up. There we go. All right, so in Solana secondaries right now, there's a lot of good opportunity in my opinion. And overall, we are going to see the red part of it and see how this looks like. So I'm going to just take myself out of here. So we have Rotten Eggs at minus 58%, which is crazy. Rotten Eggs has gone so low that I don't even know what to say here. So overall, this turned out into a meme project. It's an anime series that they're building out. And what's actually cool about this project is that the person behind it is a pop. He has a kid, he has a wife, and he's building this out himself. So he knows what he's doing. He knows that he's making this into a meme. Will it work out? I don't know. Is it worth the price? I don't think so yet. I'm still waiting for this thing to drop down to 0.30, 0.20, and then I could possibly want to get in. Now, the next project is Parrot Tools. And remember, this is my favorite watch list we got here. Favorite watch list on all my favorite projects on Solana. And with the royalty issue, with all this stuff going on, these projects are at all-time low, which could be opportunity pies in my opinion. So Parrot Tools is another great project that I am also looking at. I've been talking about this project since it's been at 4. I've been saying that I was not going to buy, and I'm going to keep waiting until it drops down, and it has finally dropped down to 2.10. So now this is in my buy range. I am actually enjoying what I'm seeing right now, because Parrot Tools, they're building a platform for accounting for Solana projects. Solana projects can do a lot of good stuff on the Parrot platform, and Parrot Tools is also building basically a trading copy platform for users to follow their favorite Solana influencers and just put in Sol and let the Solana but best Solana traders to just copy trade. And then those fees goes back to the Parrots, whoever the holders are, and they get revenue off it. And then the developers also get revenue as well, because they also hold the Parrot Tools. And they're just keep building and building and building. So now I feel like, in my opinion, that this is a good valuation for me to get in at around 2 SOL. And I am enjoying this right now. And because I do think they're going to keep building some stuff out in Solana, and maybe Aptos might be another project as well that they're going to get into. And this could go back up to 4 SOL. And in my opinion, I do think this is going to happen. Now, Sources is another great project, but it's still a little bit in kind of the high range for me. I'm still waiting for this thing to go back down to 1 Sol, and I could possibly get into this. Lunar is also another great project. I don't know how this is at 5.55 Sol, because you got a lot of backing behind this. You got HG Sol behind this. You have the Open DAO. You have the network with Kikiverse as well with this project. Now, let's go to Anybody's. This is actually another project that I do like to look at. Anybody's is a project that is they're building out a brand type of utility for Web2 companies to get into Solana. So Web2 companies are basically trying to get into chains like Solana to where they could, build out their NFT projects, but they can't do it themselves because they don't have the experience. So they are trying to find a project that can do it for them. So Anybody's NFT is basically doing this thing for Toys R Us. So Toys R Us is now launching with Anybody's, and that's where this huge pump came from, is from this whole Toys R Us brand news that came out. Now they're finally going down after the hype, and I do think that they have another brand coming out, because they did tweet out like that they have something else coming out and we don't know what yet. So I'm thinking that this could be an opportunity to get in before the news come out, and they're probably going to go back to 20. But this could still go down. That's my only risk, because I still think that this has some time to keep going down to 10 Sol until they're ready to launch their news. It could even go down to 8 Sol. So a little bit more riskier on this one, but would I personally get in? I would probably do it. And on to the next one. All right, so let's go to Kikiverse. Like I was saying, even when it was at 1 Sol, I was still not confident enough to get in, because I was waiting for it to go down to 0.50, and it finally did hit around 0.50 as we talked about last week. Now, when it started hitting 0.50, unfortunately, people started buying, and it got back up to 0.68. I do think that it's still going to keep going down to 0.50 and maybe even possibly 0.40, because I don't see any other news that they have coming out besides the actual watch to earn model. Because when this pumped up at 5 Sol before, and this is when I got in, I was playing it off all the rumors that were coming out with the artist who was Forkleaf Lover, who did the work for HG Sol on ABC and Sappy Seals. I was playing on those rumors, and then when that rumor started coming out, when ABC started coming out, this actually pumped. So now it's going back down here, and it can't really go back up to 5 Sol unless it's got a different type of news. And there's really is none. There's no rumors for this, because everyone already knows who the artist is. Everyone already knows who's behind this project. We're here waiting for some other type of news, which I think is going to be watch to earn, and it's going to take a while because they're still on their pilot program, and their pilot program is where they actually are building out, their whole cartoons, putting it on record, on drawings, building it up. So it's gonna take a while. So eventually, yes, I think this is gonna be a good opportunity buy once it starts. Even here it could, but it's gonna be a while till people start seeing the actual watch to earn model actually developing. All right, so the next project that I would like to look at is, let's see, Magic Inn is still too high for me. Definitely great product that they have going on, obviously, and Solana NFTs in general. Ooze is actually also interesting, because Ooze is a Web3 portion for the Disney of Asia, which is Line Friends, and I think this thing is gonna definitely go a lot higher than what it is right now, possibly 3, possibly 5. And the reason is because they are actually a legit brand. It's not really like OK Bears. OK Bears is still developing their brand around those bears. They've only been here even less than a year. This project, Ooze, has been around for almost, I think, like since 2015, almost 7-8 years. They actually have a brand around this. So they're not just focused on us. They're focused on the Asia part of it, Korea, Japan, people who are actually customers for this brand. There's millions of customers already for this brand. So I am actually, interested in this one, because, I think this is actually, if OK Bears is at that price and this is here, I don't know. I do think that there's actually opportunity here for Ooze, and we'll see eventually with that. All right. So those are actually my biggest ones that I'm looking at. I always look at the red here on projects that I like. I would suggest you make your favorites list, especially with Tensor, which Tensor is great. I used to use this for Ameritrade. Make your favorite list on utility projects and keep track of it from greens to reds and see which ones have the lowest percentage. I usually use the 7-day and try to find out which ones are good buys from the low ends. I usually do not try to get on the greens, because on the greens, it means it's already pumped, it's already grew, and more than likely you're going to become exit liquidity. So that's why I don't tend to look at these like Blocksmith Lab. They definitely grew from 73 SOL, which we talked about. I was hoping for it to go lower, but they announced the news with Aptos, and they announced their next product, and it's gone up to 94 SOL. But they were in the red last week when we talked. And I think maybe in Monday, when we talked last time. But now they're in the green. I'm not looking at this. I could be exit liquidity from Blocksmith Lab. Definitely Portals or Sharks. Sol Dakota as well. Sol Dakota announced that they're working with Aptos now. So they did pump a little bit. They were in the red, but now obviously they're in the green. And I am not touching this until I see blood. Until I see blood in the streets is when I'm actually interested. Same thing with Utes, they're growing. But sometimes when it is in the green, there is still opportunity to get in. Like even with Utes, I still think that they still have a while as far as getting back to 140 SOL. So it still could be good to get in. But for me, I don't think it's worth getting in and trying to make an extra 5-10% when I could be making a 50% here or 100% on my reds. So basically overall, yeah, I look at this, I find my projects. I just added Experiments, which is another project that I did buy 4 days ago. I announced it on my Twitter. I started buying Experiments when this thing fell. I think it was minting like a 2 SOL, 3 SOL, and it fell. When it fell around here, I started buying a couple of them around 0.50, 0.60. I bought 4 of them. They're now at 0.80. So what's that percent? Like a 15-20% right now, but I am waiting for it to hit 1 SOL. I'm gonna sell about 2 of them at that point, and then 1 maybe extra when it starts going to 1.5 SOL. I do think Jersey is a big influencer on Solana and is doing a lot of things during the bear market, and this should gain in value as more people want to be part of this community. So this is one I just added into my favorites list for now. So let me know what you think of my list. If there's anything I should add in this list as well. Now let's look at the comments. Let's see if you guys got any questions. Costa, what's up, man? GM, what's going on? Hector, what's up, my boy? How you doing, man? AVAX GM guy, what's up? A giveaway, all right. Morning, what's up, Puga? Any questions, anything to add? Just let me know and then I'll answer them. But yeah, that's everything that I have right now going on as far as the secondary. And overall, check out my Twitter. I usually post my buys there. Get in our Discord, invites below. What about ABC? ABC, definitely something I am still looking at. I have 8 of them right now. Will I buy more? I do want to buy more, but with what's going on with Solana right now, as you can see, I stopped buying ABCs and I'm starting to get into these low priced projects right now. I did buy some Experiments, and I'm gonna be probably buying some of these projects here very soon, and that's why I kind of just stopped on ABC. But I am bullish on ABC overall on what HG Sol is doing. There's still some hints going on with Haiti token, and once that news comes, and it is growing a little bit right now, but once that news comes out, I think some things are gonna happen with the whole platform with Haiti Swap. Great platform. As you can see, Solana Princess, actually, she became like the 3rd biggest marketplace because of Haiti Swap. So you had Magic Eden _1 with the most volume. And then I think it was Haiti Swap and then Solana Princess over over Solana R, which is crazy what's going on. So you could definitely make a lot of liquidity fees from the pools over there. But yeah, definitely overall bullish on ABC. I do enjoy them. And if this does go lower, I could probably go back from not buying these and then going buying into ABC. But yeah, that's my whole game plan right now. It's like I stopped buying ABCs and I'm looking into these projects right now because I think I could get more out of this than an ABC, maybe a 2x out of these. So that is my plan. We stick with the plan. All right. So any other questions, let me know. But overall, check out the Twitter. Check out our Discord. We did some whitelists for Aptos Monkeys. People made 15 SOL from there. At least 15 SOL from Aptos Monkeys. A lot of people ate good today. So get in. We're throwing whitelists out there for people. And much love, guys. Subscribe, comment in the YouTube video. Smash that like button. That like button brings a lot of good algorithm for us so we can keep these videos going on. And overall, thank you guys for everything. And peace. Peace.